COVID-19 has only made things worse. Working people have lost wages while their cost of living has increased. And too many are worried whether they can stay in their apartments, their homes, or be able to provide for their families. So I know that worry and I know that fear is something that many of us have experienced over our lifetime. The bill I signed today allows tenants to remain protected under rent stabilization laws in the short term while the city reviews the data and makes an informed decision on the longer term extension of rent stabilization. The bill extends the expiration date of the rent stabilization law of 1969 to July 1st, 2022, as authorized by the state's 3-month extender signed into law by Governor Hochul in November 2021. And this extension is necessary to accommodate delays caused by COVID-19 and to finalize the New York City Housing Vacancy Survey report to the City Council. Now I want to turn it over to the sponsor of the intro and the chair of the Committee on Housing and Building, Councilmember Perina Sanchez. Councilwoman.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. I'm a little smaller than you, so I'm going to do that.
You got to stand if you want.
I know, right? I'm going to tippy-toe and be my biggest self now. So thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. Maybe not for you because you've been doing this probably close to daily, but for me, this is such a crazy day to be here at this podium and to be here with this administration, passing not only the first bill of for myself, but passing the very first bill in the New York City Council. Intro 70 is the first bill to pass in our historic women-led, women-majority City Council, and my first bill as the chair of the Committee on Housing and Buildings. And this is the right way to start. As the mayor said, this is about getting things done. No issue is too small or too large as we tackle the New York City housing crisis. Rent-stabilized housing is a principal bedrock that maintains affordability and stability for New Yorkers. Rent stabilization protects 1 million New York households every year from unreasonable rent increases, evictions without good cause, and more. So in order for rent stabilization to continue in New York City, there must be a finding of a housing emergency, statutorily defined as a vacancy rate in New York City residential market of 5% or more. Thus, extending the deadline for completing the housing and vacancy survey in order to ensure the integrity of the survey is paramount to rent stabilization and the protection of New Yorkers. As city leaders, we must think big and small and exhaust all tools for keeping families in their homes. And as HPD finalizes the HVS, I also look forward to working with the administration on a very robust and aggressive housing plan that is going to help us to address the housing crisis and the homelessness crisis in the city of New York. Our efforts here to extend the period of determination for our city's housing emergency is just the start, and I feel honored to have championed this bill, my first bill, and the first bill of our historic administration. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, thank you. And I want to thank both my Chief Housing Officer, Jessica Katz, and HPD Commissioner Adolfo Carrion. We will now open the hearing for any member of the public that would like to speak. Okay. Well, Councilwoman, since it's both our first bill signing. It's less than $50, so it's not even lower. Basically, 30th? Thank you.
Still doesn't feel like spring.
Thank you. Let it be law. Thank you.